Hello and welcome to another AIC video. On my right here I have my ThinkPad T440p, and at the time of reviewing this video about a month ago or so, I posted a video about this laptop, and one of my favorite comments on it is that somebody bought it because it was quote-unquote better than a Chromebook. And in a way I kind of agree with that, but not on a hardware side of things, more on an operating system side of things, just because a Chromebook is so limited on what it can do. However, on a hardware side of things, I don't agree with that. I don't think it's better than a Chromebook level of laptop. So what we have here, and I did a review on this previously, this is the cheapest HP laptop I could buy. About 150 bucks at Walmart. It comes with an Intel N150. It is not a Celeron, it's an N processor, found in a lot of low-end systems, including Chromebooks. The T440p still has its Core i5 4300M processor. They both have 4 threads. So this has 4 cores, 4 threads. This has 2 cores, 4 threads. If we go ahead, I did run a benchmark off screen just to have that done. The CPU benchmark for the Intel N150 got a score of 4884, which is significantly higher, almost a 30% increase over the score of 3274 on the 4th gen Core i5. That's a pretty big jump in performance, a 30% increase. Now again, this laptop costs about $150. I paid around $100 for this one, which was, I think, too much. And I see a lot of people spending a lot more money on these than $150. So that's a big jump in CPU performance. Now, I can hear you saying, that's just a synthetic benchmark. What does that mean in real world performance? I will show you. Let's go ahead and have Handbrake open. And I just have a video file of mine, and we're just going to encode it and see how long that takes. So I'm doing this with my left hand, and I'm not very good. Oh, I opened it twice. There we go. Okay, so we're going to open a file. Go to videos. We'll just do this one. All right. Any slowness is me not clicking correctly on here. We're going to change the preset from fast. We're going to change it to super high quality. Just for kicks and giggles. 4K. There we go. We're just going to start and see what it tells us. Now they both have 8 gigs of RAM, and they're both running an SSD. This one just has a SATA SSD, where this one does have an NVMe SSD. They're both upgradable RAM-wise. This can fit a total of 16 gigs. You can upgrade this one to at least 32 gigs. I think it just has the 1 RAM slot. Or does it have 2? I don't remember. I know it is upgradable because I did upgrade it from the 4 gigs that it originally came with. But it is DDR4 or 5. And so you can get at least a 30, I think it's DDR5, so you can get a 32 gigs of RAM in here, which is more than this one. Storage is upgradable on both of them. So they have nearly identical upgradability, except for this one I can upgrade the CPU. However, upgrading the CPU, what does that mean? And so right now it says time remaining on this one 3 hours and 44 minutes, and on this one 3 hours and 59 minutes. So these are going to output, I'm going to stop that and do the quick. I'll stop and stop. I might have overdone it a little bit. We'll go back to the fast default. Okay, let's try that again. let's see what that gives us. We hit encode on both of these. So anyways, they have very similar upgradability other than the CPU on this one, which is soldered, which is the case with every laptop. But we're looking at about a 15-minute, 10 to 15-minute difference between the two. Currently what its estimated time is. This one's encoding about 10 frames a second, where this one's encoding up to, let's see, about 10, 12 frames, or excuse me, 12, 13 frames per second. And so you're going to get slightly faster processing out of a brand new $150 laptop. So no, this is not better than a Chromebook as far as the hardware goes. Operating system is arguable, depending on your use case. Chromebooks are great for people who only do web-based stuff. But if you're doing anything more serious than that, you want a Windows or a Linux machine. Now, a couple of things that this has, that the ThinkPad has over the HP. This does have a 1080 screen, which is a nicer screen than this one. It's not as bright. The HP does have a brighter screen, but it's only a 1366 by 768, or an HD screen instead of a full HD screen. And that's about it. This one's thinner, lighter, has a much longer lasting battery on it. It's cooler running, it's quieter running, it's better in just about every way than the ThinkPad is. Oh, this one has a terrible touchpad, but this one also has a terrible touchpad. This is a bigger terrible touchpad, so maybe that's a bit of a wash, because they're both terrible touchpads. But yeah, we're looking time remaining 48 minutes and 51 minutes. So yeah, no, this is not better than a quote-unquote Chromebook or a very budget modern laptop. Right, this was, I don't even know how expensive when it was new, and this was $150 at Walmart. Anybody can go and buy one of these and get similar performance to this one. But in a lot of ways, it'll actually be better performance, because the CPU will have more instructions in it. What it's compatible with is much newer than this one, and I've seen that with things like video encoding and decoding, and even some gaming. This has much better compatibility with modern gaming applications. Now, they're both going to be terrible, but this one will be better. And you can even see that with the synthetic benchmark. They both got terrible scores. This one got a 968 and this one got a 715. That's a pretty big difference percentile wise. So yeah, if you're looking to buy a basic computer, do not buy a T440p. Save it for the enthusiast. Buy them cheap. Quit spending $150+ on this. It simply isn't worth it anymore. Unless you're some sort of collector and you're buying like a perfect one, it's just not worth it. Now, I will say, I did spend $20 and I picked up a 4710MQ processor. And I have RAM I could put in here to bump it up to 16 gigs already in my inventory. So we can do that. And I can show you that it's still not better than a much cheaper machine. This cost me only $20 because I really shopped it. I made a bunch of offers. Like, I took time to try to find this cheap. I've already upgraded it with an SSD just because I had one in my inventory. And I have RAM that I'll take from another laptop to throw in here just for testing. And show you that it is still not worth it to spend the money on this machine and upgrade it. And I can compare it with a T480, my P14S Gen 2, whatever you want me to. I can compare it and show you that it is not worth the investment, at least in my opinion. Anyways, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions down below. Definitely let me know. We're not going to wait for the handbrake to finish that. Just is going to take too long. But let's just see where our estimated time remaining is. So this says 50 minutes left, and this says 52 minutes left. So close. Not the same, but close. But I can tell you, this one, the heat coming out of here versus the whisper of air coming out of here, miles of difference between these two systems as far as the performance and how it is delivering that performance. Anyways, if you have any thoughts, comments, questions, leave those down below. I'll do my best to answer any questions you have. And I can definitely do a follow-up video. Just let me know what you want to see down below. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day.